The 15 richest musicians in northern Uganda. Number 15. Otim born town. He owns two luxurious cars and lives in his 70 million Uganda shillings apartment to add on that. Born town is a civil servant. Number 14. Janet Priska. She is one of the hard-working women who is very creative when it comes to traditional music. She owns hectares of land and rented houses with the city. And her skills and talent of musics makes her earn money all over the world, and she is the best female cultural artist. Janet won a lot of awards. Number 13. Kitty Face. Kitty Face is a gospel singer who inspires a lot of people through his music. He owns a red wish car and large piece of farm. He lives in a 71 million Uganda shilling house within Gulu City. Number 12. Lucky D. Lucky D is the king of West Nile. He is one of the biggest businessmen among artists. He owns houses in Democratic Republic of Congo, and some of his houses are in Uganda. Lucky D owns a blue Subaru worth 70 million. Not only that, but this guy has a lot of fishing boats. Number 11. Tempera Omona. Tempera is a legend when it comes to music. This guy spent most of his life in United States of America. He later came back to Uganda, whereby he is the current CEO of art industry based in Kampala called Brand Lord. Tempera owns a band company, and they get a lot of gigs. He owns a lot of rental apartments. In 2019, Tempera made a song called Gulu, which was used by an Airtel company as a caller tune. The company decided to pay him bundles of money. Number 10. O.J. Maxwell. After leaving Pine Avenue 5, O.J. decided to go back to the village to invest in farming business. This guy gave his time in farming projects, and some years after, he made a terrible comeback. O.J. Maxwell owns a poultry farming company that deals in both local and exotic chickens. He owns a piggery farm. He has some of the apartments which is for rental within Gulu City. This guy is extraordinary when it comes to business mindset. O.J. Maxwell supply the entire Gulu City with chicken in all of the 5 stars hotels in the region. Not only that, O.J. owns a Vitz car worth 25 million Uganda shillings. In 2020, O.J. worked with World Embrace Organization, which is a Canadian organization. All his money that he worked with that organization, he decided to donate it back to the building of Gulu Community Park. What a wonderful man O.J. Maxwell is. Number 9. Pedro Loverboy. Loverboy is a prominent businessman, entrepreneur, and artist. He owns clothes store, which some of you called it a boutique. Loverboy owns a recording studio called Backup Studio, which is worth 70 million Uganda shillings. This guy owns a lot of rental apartments within Gulu City. Every month, Loverboy earns more than 10 million Uganda shillings from his streams, and he always organizes for his own shows without any sponsorship. This guy is surrounded by people who have business mindset only. Not only that, but Loverboy owns a large hectares of farm and village. Number 8. Pretty B. This lady is among legendary artists in northern Uganda. She has dedicated her life into the industry. Through her hard work, she has been able to make a lot of achievements in her career. Pretty B owns an organization called Pretty B Foundation, which deals with supporting women and a girl child. She owns hectares of farmland, and she owns a lot of rental apartments within and outside Gulu City. She drives a very luxurious vehicle worth 30 million Uganda shillings. Number 7. Judas Rap Knowledge. Judas is the most feared gangster rapper in the continent of Africa. He is currently living in London, whereby lives with his entire family. Of resent, Judas is planning to make a 200 million Uganda shillings concert for his homecoming. This guy owns a lot of businesses in Uganda and a large portion of land within Gulu City. He has created a very strong boundaries on his streams, and he harvests a lot of money on his platform. Number 6. Eddie Wizzy. Eddie Wizzy is mostly known for shooting Avery expensive videos for his love songs. Each and every year, Eddie Wizzy goes for world tour, where he spends mostly 50 million on his flight and his well-being. This guy owns a lot of rental apartments in different districts. He has a very fancy apartment where he lives. Eddie Wizzy owns a recording studio and a music label called More Fire Entertainment. This guy drives a very expensive car. He is a businessman and entrepreneur. His dressing style has influenced a lot of youth in this music industry. Number 5. Otim. This guy is a multi-million artist and every month he releases a hit song. He is the most selling artist within Uganda. He is award-winning multi-talented recording, performing artist, songwriter, producer from Uganda, East Africa. In 2020, he sung a hit song which changed all his entire lives. He owns a lot of lands, apartments, and a very expensive and luxurious cars. When it comes to making good songs, no one comes close to him. He owns a 100 million Uganda shillings house in Kampala. Number 4. Otim Romeo. Romeo is a renowned Ugandan gospel artist, songwriter, vocalist, philanthropist, businessman. This guy owns hectares and hectares of land and farms. He is a very hardworking person. In 2019, he made a song that brought him almost 400 million Uganda shillings. The song is the most sealed song in northern Uganda up to date. This is a guy who makes his shows in Toronto, Canada, United States of America, Belgium, and many other countries. He owns a lot of rental apartments and makes contracts with many organizations. God bless Romeo. Number 3. Bosmic. William Otim, also known as Bosmic Otim or Lucky Bosmic Otim, is a Ugandan musician and politician. Born and raised in Gulu, he became a peacemaker through his music in 2006, when National Resistance Movement was fighting with Lord's Resistance Army. In 2007, he was called by LRA to entertain them and the community. He won the 2007 Pearl of Africa Music Awards. In 2019, he sat for his Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education exams, which he failed, and hindered his political contesting ambition in 2021 elections. He was a people power coordinator and chairperson, but later crossed to NRM after meeting with President Yoweri Museveni. He was also banned from performing in Uganda at a time he was in people power for his ill talk against government. Bosmic was under pressure and fire from the Holy Chiefdom for discrediting them on over land matters. That he was also among the artists that attended the 2020 NRM Party Delegates Conference at Namble Stadium. He is currently among presidential advisor. Number 2. MC Wangjak. MC is a very humble and a respectful person. After quitting Pine Avenue 5, MC started investing more in business, whereby he owns a lot of houses, businesses, and fancy cars. This guy owns a pork hub where he makes a lot of daily money. He owns a very large amount of land, whereby, of resent, he sold his portion of land to one of the organization in Gulu. He made 1 billion Uganda shillings within a year. He owns apartments which is worth 700 million Uganda shillings, and he is a government official. Number 1. Before number 1, make sure that you have subscribed to my YouTube channel so that we keep on growing. Support Hustler Deo by watching, sharing, liking, and subscribing. Please, our number 1 is Jeff Karanda. Most of his life, he has not spent in Uganda, but this guy is super rich, and his net worth is 3 billion Ugandan shillings. He owns a recording studio, business apartments, cars, and many others. He is also a musician, peace and children rights activist through the power of music, co-founder Music for Peace.